Welcome to Thoughts on Books. Today we are going to talk about a book that deals with a powerful but shy giant of Indian society and politics. The book is called RSS, A View from the Inside, written by Walter Anderson and Sridhar Damle. It's an insightful book and it explains the evolution of the RSS by picking up two themes. The first is how the RSS has evolved over the years to spread its ideas in the Indian society. Now, in the beginning, when the RSS was founded in 1925, the idea was that a volunteer or a Swayamsevak will go through a training program which is called a character building program, and then he will go on into the society and spread RSS ideas. That was the vision of its founder and first chief, Dr. Keshav Hedgewar. After that came the second chief, who is Madhav Sadashiv Golwalkar. He believed that he was relatively new to the organization when he came, and he wanted to hand over the organization intact to a volunteer who was trained by Dr. Hedgewar. It was the third chief of RSS, Madhukar Devras, who really transformed the RSS and gave it a much more active role. He was at the helm from 1975 to 1993, and that's the era when the growth of RSS affiliates really started. From here, the second theme of the book picks up, which is how the RSS coordinates the efforts of and moderates the differences between its various affiliates and between the affiliates and the government. And that is where I have some questions. The RSS has been around since 1925. It has a significant presence in almost all aspects of the Indian society, be it education, be it politics, be it social work. It is there everywhere. Still, the organization has some problems with its image. It is said that the RSS lacks support among the intellectuals. The organization is still perceived to be a band of underliterate people wearing shorts, carrying sticks. It has a really deep problem with its image, and the RSS has done absolutely nothing to correct it. Why? The book partly answers this question. The RSS was banned thrice in history. First in 1948, then in 1975, and then in 1992. So one line of thought suggests that the bans led to the organization being seen as a rather dark force, and this led the intellectuals away from the organization. Another line of theory suggests that the organization was affected by the bans in a very different way. It thought that if it projects its power, it will be banned again. So it just prefers to work in shadows. That kind of reminds me of another secret organization working in shadows. But anyway, let's move on. Another factor could be the organization's own way of thinking, which draws heavily from the Gita, especially the thought that you have only the right to do your karma and not think about the returns. Karmanyevadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. This has led the RSS not to publicize its many social work projects. It has thousands, but never publicizing. But the book illustrates really well how powerful the RSS is, and after reading it, I thought that the organization should put some effort into its PR game. Given the stature that it has come to acquire over the years and the responsible role that it has come to play in the Indian society, this is something that has to be done. So that's all for this episode of Thoughts on Books, and let's hope we get something new for the next episode. Till then, goodbye.